In the first 6 months of 2016, UK police seized 72,000 uninsured vehicles, and it's estimated that there are 1 million being driven around on UK roads. From those just happy to flout the law, to those using uninsured vehicles to commit crime undetected, the traffic cops in Yorkshire have their work cut out trying to track them down.
The mind boggles really how many people do it and how many people just aren't bothered. And that's just the people we catch. For every one we catch, there's probably another 2 that we don't. So I think it's perhaps only the tip of the iceberg really. It's one of my little bugbears in life. I don't want to be crashed into by an uninsured vehicle. So I want to try and avoid it happening full stop. And the best way to do it is to enforce it.
It's midnight in Leeds city centre. Traffic cops Chris Spencer and Mike Rowe are 2 hours into their night shift when Mike spots a suspicious-looking grey Vauxhall Astra.
Astra's not insured, apparently. Oh, a grey one. If that's the right reg.
They'd just been sat at the traffic lights. Mike had done a check on our computer and it showed that the car wasn't insured. So I've turned around, the car's already set off, so I've just tried to catch up with it.
Let's have a little word and see what's going on.
Chris flashes his lights and the car pulls over. Mike gets out to talk to the occupants. But as he approaches the passenger side of the vehicle,
We're off.
the car leaves Chris no choice but to give chase.
Exit Romeo 61 urgent. Here we've got a vehicle failing to stop. Silver Astra. Got whole back lane, double crew T-pack train. Speeds are 70 miles an hour. Traffic's live, roads are wet.
When you see a car that's not insured and it doesn't stop, it could be for all manner of reasons. They could have some drugs in the car, which he could be wanted for murder. You have no idea. It ranges in the spectrum so much, just from a driving offence with no insurance to he's wanted for some serious offence.
Right. Top more side. He's trying to do a U back towards motorway. Stand by. Back down towards Domestic Street.
Having performed a 180-degree turn to try to shake the police off, the car is now heading back towards Leeds city centre.
It's 80, he's leaving us for dead a little bit here. Yeah, it's heavy braking. We've approached red light. We've gone left. It's 50 miles an hour. Approaching another red light. It's just been balked by stationary traffic at red lights. We are straight over at the roundabout. We are.
As Chris and Mike struggle to keep up with the Astra, another unit up ahead joins the chase.
Exit Romeo 601, Curtisville Road, ahead of crossing by Cardigan Field.
That's it coming towards you, Mick. Yeah, Mick's behind him now. Clear.
Pursuing cars is just inherently dangerous, there's no two ways about it. Racing a car around the racing track has its dangers, but doing that on a road where you've got people that are going about their everyday life, you really have to weigh up that risk sometimes.
Burley Road, away from the city. Speed 70, heavy braking, it's gone right, one after St Anne's Gate.
With their colleagues continuing the chase up ahead, Chris decides to try and second-guess the Astra.
It's going to be on towards Cardigan Road now. Do you want to try edge it off? Yeah, go on.
Gone straight over onto Queenwood Drive.
We might be alright, you know. Clear, still clear. If it's gone straight on, then we're going to head it off.
The Astra is now heading towards the city's suburbs and a warren of narrow streets where it could easily give the police the slip.
It's right, spent lane.
No, it can't be there yet.
Left, Old Oak Drive.
1,100 feet in the sky above, a police helicopter has now joined the chase.
You alright, left? Yeah, clear.
With its cameras providing an aerial view of the scene, it can guide the police on the ground.
Left, Old Oak Drive.
I don't know where any of these roads are. It's gone.
Left, Butcher Hill.
Butcher Hill, that's in front. This is left now. This is Butcher Hill. Do you know where you are, mate?
It's almost 10 minutes into the chase, and Chris is more determined than ever to catch up with the suspects.
It does become personal after a while. You think, you know what, I want to get you because of what you've done. I cannot believe that you're driving like this. When anyone else could be using those roads. It could be someone I know, it could be my family using those roads. He could quite easily have caused a crash.
With 6 police cars and the helicopter now in pursuit, Chris suddenly spots the car up ahead.
There it is. Yeah, we've got sight of it now. We've got heavy braking now. We're right, back onto Haltdale Approach. Someone could hang around at the top of this estate in case we do a loop like we did before.
A few minutes later,
He's giving up. No, it's going off road now.
the car suddenly goes cross-country, off into a park. Coming up, after 30 minutes pursuing the uninsured Astra, the cop's patience is tested to the max.
Come back onto Hopefield Approach.
Joking me, after all this?
And the locals turn nasty as the traffic cops try and seize an abandoned vehicle.
If you carry on searching this car, I will arrest you.
Where's my phone, you thief?
In Leeds, traffic cops Chris Spencer and Mike Rowe have been in pursuit of an uninsured and unregistered Vauxhall Astra for half an hour.
Go right. Hopefield Approach. Hopefield Approach.
I'd be worried in here.
After driving more than 15 miles at speeds of up to 80 miles an hour, the suspects have finally given police on the ground the slip.
He's just gone off road where we can't follow.
But the helicopter still has the Astra in its sights.
X-ray India 1-2 is going back round. He's going back round towards Otley Old Road.
Train behind it.
99 is still above, so let's...
Let 99 do all work.
No, yeah.
He's this is off-road in the housing estate around Hope Park area. Looks like he might be come back onto Hopefield Approach. Just through the trees now. He's gone right into Hopefield Road, which is a dead end.
Joking me, after all this?
Oh!
He's off-road again through the estate on footpaths. We were one front passenger has exited from the vehicle. The car's back now on Otley Old Road.
As the car approaches a dead end, one of the car's occupants decides to make a run for it. But the driver keeps on going.
Well, he's still on Tinshill Road.
My God, he's miles away. Don't do it, people. How is this happening? This
He's
commentary.
actually on Silk Mill Drive.
I've just gone past it. All right with this. Yeah.
Right onto Iverson Drive.
6 police cars are in pursuit, all determined to catch the suspects.
I'll be annoyed if we lose this guy. We can't lose this guy now. All this from no insurance, eh? I know. You never ever see that many cops behind that in a pursuit, whatever. It just never goes on long enough for that to happen.
35 minutes into the pursuit, and suddenly the cops in the air run into an issue.
And past here, we're having serious problems with the cloud base here. We may well have to pull off this one. We'll do our best as we can. We're still on Church Lane. Stand by for directions.
I can't believe we're going to lose it. I can't either, mate. I am devastated.
Yeah, and past 3, unfortunately, we have now lost him. So lost. It's King Lane.
I can't believe that's just happened. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
I don't want to be involved.
How many cop cars there?
I don't want to be involved anymore.
It's just very, very, very frustrating when you put a lot of effort into that. You get really involved in that and you really, really want to catch that guy. That's why we both become traffic cops, to do this kind of stuff.
With no car keeper insurance, we will, I imagine, never find out who that guy was now. That's the heartbreaking situation we're both facing, and we're both a little bit upset about it all.
Beggars belief.
Throughout West Yorkshire, vehicles fail to stop for the police on an almost hourly basis for all kinds of reasons. And although pursuits often leave the traffic cops little room for error, for officers like traffic cop Adrian Fickling, hunting down lawbreakers and criminals is what he enjoys doing most.
I particularly like the proactive stuff, going out in car, looking for trouble, looking for people who are burgling or drug dealing or in stolen cars.
Tonight, Adrian and colleague PC Vanessa Stead have been tasked to patrol the Hare Hills district in the northeast of Leeds.
41, can you put me a vehicle through Niche, please?
In that sort of area, you get predominantly Golfs, Audi A3s, Seat Ibizas and Leons, being used by people who are dealing in drugs or in that sort of drug activity.
The traffic cops want to stop the VW Golf in front of them, which has previous keeper details only, meaning they can't identify who should be driving it.
Let's go in.
But the driver's not hanging around.
I don't know who that person is in that car, so for all I know, that person could be a wanted person. You know, that might not be a person who's insured to drive that car, is driving that car. You've got no idea who they are.
Vehicle failing to stop, Errol's interrupts.
X-ray November 4, vehicle failing to stop. Conway Road, Hare Hills.
Yet again, the traffic cops' suspicions lead to a chase. But pursuits down the tight, narrow back streets of Hare Hills can be extremely dangerous.
He's just gone straight out onto Ells Lane and then immediately right on the opposite side without slowing down.
Just coming into Ops now, we're at Sandhurst.
And then as we've gone up that street, it's really tightly packed with cars on either side. There's no room for error.
Dorset Terrace, heading down towards Hills Lane.
This time, to the traffic cop's surprise,
Vehicle stopped.
Get out, get out.
the driver pulls over.
Just cuff him up, V, cuff him up. Put them on for now, alright?
Sorry. You know why I ran away? Because I don't think I'm properly insured in the car. That's why I ran away.
Right, well.
Sorry about that.
So when he said that, I'm thinking, that don't ring right. You don't drive like that because you didn't think you were uninsured and then all of a sudden you stop.
November 4-1, you can cancel all the units, we've got it stopped.
With the man detained for questioning, Adrian wants to search his car for anything incriminating.
No, on him. I'll just do some poking round the car.
But a quick search of the car proves fruitless.
We've searched the car and it's absolutely pristine, clean and nothing. So we just thought, no, there's something more to it.
Did you know police behind you?
Yeah.
So why did you fail to stop?
Like I said, I'm not sure. I realise now that.
So it's because you thought you weren't insured?
Yeah, I did what I get.
It's absolute rubbish. If he genuinely believed he didn't have insurance, he wouldn't have stopped.
He's not insured on that car, but he's got his own vehicle, which he has a third-party extension on.
Whose is that car then?
That's my mum's car.
Is it?
Yeah, I've told off it's mum's car, so.
The man is eligible to drive his mum's car on his own insurance, but his failure to stop is becoming ever more suspicious.
Does she drive it often?
Fairly often, yeah.
There's nothing in that car?
Nothing at all, no.
Nothing at all? Not even a CD? There's nothing?
Well, if you look at it, it's got the DAB radio. It's all you really need.
But what I'm saying is there's no personal belongings to identify that car as belonging to anybody in there, is it? It's just completely and utterly sterile car like it would be if you just brought it out of a showroom. Or was it insured to that one?
His mum and his dad. This is his vehicle that he's got insurance on.
A check on the man's history raises the cop's suspicions even further.
Are you known to the police? Have you been in trouble with the police
Years
before?
ago, yeah, years ago.
Years ago? What?
2011.
What for?
My house got raided.
For?
Possession of drugs. And yeah, that's it really.
And what happened with that?
Sent to prison for that.
Did you?
For a short 6 months, yeah.
He had previous for dealing Class A and he'd been in jail for 6 months. So, hence, if he gets stopped again with Class A, he's going to go back to prison.
Are you happy, or do you want him to do a keeper check?
But with no sign of any drugs in the car, the traffic cops want to be sure it is Mum's car and she allows him to drive it before they can let him go.
Hello, my name's PC Stead. I'm from the West Yorkshire Police. We've stopped your son. Okay, can you just confirm to me what vehicle you own, please? No, we've just stopped him tonight, but he's got no identification on him, and we just wanted to make sure that that it was your vehicle. And okay, thank you. Bye bye.
It is her car.
Yeah.
And she knows he's got it.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to report for offences of driving dangerously, and also failing to stop for police. It may result in disqualification at the end of the day. If you're going to drive like that round streets, you don't deserve to have a licence, do you? Could have quite easily killed somebody.
Despite their suspicions, the man is now free to go, although he does face a likely driving ban for his dangerous driving.
Hang on, stay there. Take it home,
Slow down.
For the traffic cops, it's a good result, but perhaps not the one they were looking for.
I just, I don't believe his story.
No, I don't. Stupid.
Can you remember the route that we took? I want to have a little drive around and just make sure that there's
nothing come out.
Nothing come out of the car.
He went down here, side at mosque, and then he's gone to end and turned right.
There's nothing in the vehicle at all. There's nothing on him.
As we've gone up that road, there were a white van on left. Is that on right?
Hang on, stop. Just never know, do you?
Vanessa spotted a canister in the middle of the road. When we've got out of the car and checked the canister, it's a little round Tupperware tub. That's what it'll have been.
Yeah. A clip top pot full of drugs.
Yeah.
There's loads of drugs in there. It looks to me like cocaine. Without getting it tested, you can't say for sure. But you don't find pots of drugs in the street every day.
We can't pinpoint it to him, and what we'll have to do now is seize it,
Get it
have a look at fingerprints on it.
Oh, lordy lord.
The drugs in the canister were confirmed as 31 wraps of cocaine, with a street value of more than £1,000. It's another good result for the traffic cops, but with no evidence to connect the Golf driver to the drugs, it's only a suspicion where they came from.
We can't pin it on him at this moment in time because we didn't see him discard them, although we strongly believe that was the case.
Bradford in West Yorkshire has gained a reputation for dangerous driving.
We've taken pictures of the scene, we've secured some CCTV of the actual collision.
With 132 deaths and serious injuries on its roads in 2015 alone.
Sweetheart, we've got an ambulance coming.
Now the traffic cops in Bradford have mounted Operation Steerside to catch the offenders.
We came under fire from the local press about the standards of driving in Bradford, which, for want of a better phrase, are woeful. So an operation was put together to mainly just deal with as many traffic offences as you can find.
Operation Steerside is having a great effect for West Yorkshire Police.
I think 3,000 tickets in 19 weeks is fantastic, so we're trying our best here and we're getting some good results.
If there was anyone in the city that's going to be in a position to do something about this perceived reputation that Bradford has, it's us. So the car's going to get towed away.
Oh my God.
Sergeant Cameron Buchan has been a traffic cop for 22 years, working within the Safer Roads Department, and he considers it his duty to take dangerous drivers off the roads.
I am there to protect the citizens of this city, and I've chosen to specialise in doing that on the roads of this city.
Tonight, Cameron's on patrol with colleague Mike Rowe, and they've just spotted a VW Bora making an unusual sudden move.
Do you think it was an emergency right turn? I think it was, mate. It wouldn't have stood out. Apart from this, there were no indication, it just suddenly dove into a road on the right. Maybe he just drives like that all the time.
The traffic cops follow the car around the corner, but suddenly it speeds off.
You've got a second or two where you think, are they doing that anyway? Are they doing it because of us? Are they in a rush? But then you think, look, it definitely needs us to find out what's going on here.
Around the next bend, they find the car, but the occupants have disappeared.
Brandon, is he gone?
That alleyway, I imagine there.
Well,
Oh, no, has he gone there? What's he looking at? Which way?
Nope, didn't want to talk to us.
Cameron and Mike now need to examine the car to see if it will provide some clues as to why the men sped away.
There, that's cannabis.
Mike calls control to try and trace the owner of the car.
We just had a vehicle make off from us and be abandoned on Bempton Place. Can I give you details?
Control come back with a name, but it's unclear whether this is the current owner.
It's shown as insured to somebody local, but all the paperwork's in it as if he just sold it.
The police continue to search the car for clues, when suddenly they're interrupted.
Get away from my car.
Why, what's going to happen?
Your
what
car?
are you doing?
Yeah, it's my car.
Let's have a chat. Come and have a chat with us.
What?
Come and have a chat. You've asked me a question, I said I'll answer. Come and have a chat. Just jump in and
Get
have a
in
chat.
car. Just shut that box.
Give me the car
Okay.
keys, man. Give boy the car keys. Give
So,
this kid the car keys.
Which kid?
Alright, whose car it is? It's not my car.
Well, that's the first thing you said as you came
my
down.
Mosque, my mate's coming down. Whose car it
Right,
is.
so...
All right, so hang fire.
Does that car belong to you?
No, it doesn't.
So why did you say it did when you ran
I
down?
just said it.
So you lied?
It's my mate's car.
It's your mate's car.
Yes.
You were just full of beans. He really was. If he was full on, if he was in our face, we may back down. That ain't happening, sunshine.
A few seconds later, the man is joined by a friend.
Where's my phone out of the car?
What are you doing? Car's got nothing to do with you.
My phone's in the car.
Car's got nothing to do with you.
My phone's in the car.
Nothing to do with you. Car's got nothing to do with you.
If you carry on searching this car and taking property, I will arrest you on suspicion of theft.
Where's my phone, you thief? You're a thief.
The situation is now getting heated, and Cameron and Mike are outnumbered.
It got a bit of a standoff. Bearing in mind now we've got a crowd, I didn't like that the whistle was going. I felt that it was an incident or a potential incident brewing, so it needed to be calmed down.
Cameron calls for backup.
7-9 Bempton Place at Great Orme, please. Can we have another unit? We've got a bit of a crowd developing, it's getting heated at the very least. Another unit as soon as, please.
In the meantime, Cameron and Mike do their best to calm the men down.
Why are you being like this? Why are you trying to provoke a reaction?
We've got nothing else to do.
Do you want to just stop talking?
Coming up, tensions continue to grow for Cameron and Mike.
It's not your car. You've told us that 3 times.
You're the bum, mate. You're the smelly police officer.
A rush hour smash leads to a full-scale investigation when one of the drivers flees the scene.
Males have got out of the vehicle and run off in that direction.
It's rush hour in Bradford. Traffic cops Craig Taylor and Warren Pickard have just received a call about a crash involving a Mercedes and an Audi.
Male in the vehicle has been fitted with a neck brace and fire are going to be cutting the roof off.
We think one of the drivers is made off. The other one is trapped at the moment. We're not too far off. We're going to be about a couple of minutes.
People run off all the time. For one reason or another, it might be for no insurance, no licence, they might have taken a family member's car. I'd say I come across that on a daily basis of some degree.
But for traffic cops like Craig, what's particularly shocking is when they run off, leaving tragedy behind them.
I just don't understand why people do that. They're driven into somebody, they don't know what condition that other person's in. You know, they don't know if they're dead or they've got serious injuries. They just got out of care in the world and run off.
Until they arrive on scene, the traffic cops won't know how serious the driver's injuries are.
When I get to an accident, my first part of call is to go and see who's injured, see where we're at with it, make sure paramedics are dealing with it. Once that's in place, I can seal the road off, gather witness details and put together what's happened.
When they arrive, they find the driver of the Mercedes trapped in the driving seat.
They're trying to stretcher him out of the car without having to bend his body and neck. Normally they can cut the roof off, but they seem to be able to manage doing it just by taking the door off.
With paramedics and firemen attending to the casualty, Craig and Warren set about finding out exactly what's happened.
Does this guy run off? Any witnesses to say they've gone through red traffic lights or anything?
The occupants of the Audi have run off, so Craig and Warren need to piece together all the details they can find to help identify them.
This S3, it's involving this RTC. Who does it come back to?
It's previous keeper details only.
Was it insured anywhere? Nothing on local?
2 previous seizures from 2011 and 2013.
The fact that the car is uninsured, unregistered, and has previously been seized by police all suggests it could possibly be involved in criminal activity.
It's car not to be registered, isn't it?
And it was no surprise to me when I got there and an S3 had a crash. S3s seem to be the vehicle of choice for criminals because they're fast and a good getaway car, if you like. People deal drugs in them, commit crimes, steal them, break into people's homes for them. It seems to be the Audi S3 range is the car to have.
But tracking down the occupants of this one is going to be a challenge.
This is a description of people getting out, aren't it?
Luckily, some witnesses did spot the driver and the passengers leaving the car.
One of the witnesses has said that 3 Asian males have got out of the vehicle and run off in that direction. Said he'd come straight through a red traffic light at speed and run into this poor gentleman here.
The incident has also been caught on CCTV.
Proper CCTV being made aware it's been covered on there as well. It says the building is now so far. Fortunately, one of the good things about working in a city centre is the amount of CCTV coverage that covers these areas, especially major junctions like we've got here.
The CCTV footage clearly shows the moment when the Audi collided with the Mercedes after jumping a red light. It also reveals 2 men getting out of the Audi and walking over to the Mercedes. After opening the driver's door and looking at the injured man, the men walk off. But with no way of identifying the males, the car will have to be recovered as evidence.
So it will be a case of us leaving the scene once all vehicles are recovered, going away and doing further inquiries in relation to this.
The car will now be forensically examined for fingerprints, clothing particles and DNA to help identify the suspects caught on camera.
That will be getting lifted and put on the back of a wagon, and it'll be taken away for SOCO to have a look at and forensically examine it, see if we can trace it back to anybody. What perceived to be a very simple road traffic collision is now going to turn into a criminal investigation, which will escalate into hopefully getting the driver and the owner of this motor vehicle prosecuted for various offences.
While Craig and Warren prepare to track down the men who fled from the accident, on the other side of Bradford, Cameron Buchan and Mike Rowe are involved in a standoff with two lads over an abandoned car.
We're taking this car.
No, because first of all, it's not your car. You've told us that 3 times. Right, so you've got no interest in this car. Yes, I can take it.
The car is not registered to anyone, and the men have previously said it's not theirs, but they're still resisting it being taken away.
What are you doing?
What? We do what we want to do.
What are you doing?
No, it's not. He's told us.
Pick that up. That's my property, mate. You can't do that. Yeah, you just damage my property. You just damage my property.
No chance. Later. We've got it on camera.
He was getting a little bit out of hand with Mike. He was telling him what he thought of him, was calling him names, and he just had to have the Scarborough warning. Yes, we'll take a certain amount of chelp, but you've crossed the line, fella. Why are you accusing this officer of all these names for no reason?
He's taking a car for no reason.
Not, first of all, it's not your car. You've told us that 3 times.
But
so stop it with the car. So why do you think it's right? Listen to me. Why do you think it's right to call him a bum? Why do you think that's acceptable?
Right, okay.
You called me a bum.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Do you think that's acceptable?
No, I won't call him a bum. But he called him.
Eventually, a friend of the men arrives and somehow manages to convince them to leave.
You're getting excited over now. It's not even your car, so what are you bothered about? Or is it?
I don't know, he ain't got a clue, this guy.
I ain't got a clue, trust me, I've got more than a clue, mate. Let me tell you, I'm more intelligent than you, mate.
I know you are, yeah. That's why you're hanging around on street corners.
Thankfully, the crowd were quite good. They weren't reacting to what these two were trying to do, and that, I was grateful for that, but sometimes it happens. It's how you deal with it. If he comes in at that point and I try to go at that point, then he raises his game. Before you know it, you're having a fight, and it's not worth it. Step away right now. You've just made it really important that we have this car.
Well, he don't know his own story. That is the problem. He's come here, got in it, it's my car, get him out of it, they're waiting his car. This other idiot, it's his car, then no, it's not his car. Then it's a mate's car. The top and bottom of it is, it's probably their car. They've come back looking for something that they thought they'd left in it, that they hadn't left in it.
He's got some interest in this car. He was very active in the glove box, but we watched him the whole time, so maybe there's something in this car that he wants, and we're stopping him getting that. We've taken another car off the road. We've frustrated their attempts. They're going to have to now replace that car.
The recovery van takes the car away, and Mike and Cameron head back out on the road.
It happens all the time. It's a lot of hot air about you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, but in reality, they're not going to really stop us and it doesn't really faze us. We just turn a blind eye to it and just let it wash over us, and we're grown up. I've been called a lot worse than that.
But one thing the traffic cops can't turn a blind eye to is those who won't face up to the consequences of their own actions. Across town, a forensic expert is examining the Audi that crashed into a Mercedes, leaving the driver with possible serious injuries.
My job is to identify individuals that are linked to this vehicle at the time of the offence.
The occupants of the Audi may have run off, but they could have left some incriminating forensic evidence behind.
I need to give officers something that they can work with that means we can definitively link 1 or 2 or 3 individuals back to this vehicle.
If an airbag goes off at the moment of impact, it can collect the driver's DNA. But unfortunately, the Audi's airbag didn't deploy during the crash. So the police will have to rely on fingerprints found on the doors or objects in the car.
The marks that we've actually developed on the door itself and on the A-post above it are single marks. There's very little obscuring the mark. They are, hopefully, because of that, a lot easier for ID Bureau staff to work with and again progress the investigation with linking a specific individual to the driver's side of the car.
The fingerprints will now be analysed to see if they match those of any known criminal. If they do, it will be down to the investigating officers Craig Taylor and Warren Pickard to go round and arrest them.
If they're known to the police, which 9 times out of 10 they are, I've not known one yet that hasn't, to be fair. We've got absolute evidence of them driving that car, which is undeniable, really.
Craig suspects the runaway driver and his passenger wanted to leave the scene before the police arrived.
We've got some names through inquiries made in that particular vehicle from people that's claimed to be the owner, saying that this person was driving at the time. We'll back it up with DNA testing, fingerprints, and what comes back from the vehicle. We'll use that to prove the fact that they were in the vehicle and question them further about why they didn't stop.
In West Yorkshire, dealing with bad drivers and bad smashes isn't the only focus for the traffic cops. With more than 60 burglaries reported across the county every day, catching burglars or the cars they use is a major priority for traffic cops like PC Paul Feather.
The criminal side, that's what interests me. I want to go after the people who bring misery on other people's lives, so either by burglary or... That's what makes me tick, really.
Tonight, Paul and colleague PC Brian Quinlan are assigned to Operation Viper, West Yorkshire's ongoing campaign targeting criminals involved in burglary.
Popley Road, going towards Harrogate Road.
Are we too far from that? I've got a motorway off at Bradford.
Another Audi A3, this time with known links to burglaries, has just failed to stop for a local unit in Bradford.
So we're just going to make our way into the area for this red Audi. Suspected stolen vehicle.
The Audi has already been on the police radar for some time.
I've been after it for the last few nights, and it's been seen in convoy with some stolen vehicles. It got chased last night, failed to stop. So we need to get this car off the road.
Approaching Bradford, a number of other units have joined the search, but the Audi has disappeared.
We've got all our cars now sort of in area, so if it triggers another camera or it pops out in front of us, we should be able to deal with it as long as we're all sort of near together. But it's one of them cars that will, no matter what you do, if there's one car behind it, it'll just fail to stop straight away.
A few minutes later, the Audi is captured on one of the city's automatic number plate recognition cameras.
That's red Audi's, it's again on Rose Road, so we're just going to make our way to that area. We're just here now.
Paul spots something coming towards them.
See everyone. What's that? That's the one, we've got it.
We were in the right spot and we didn't give it an opportunity to stop for us, because as soon as it passed me I'd turn round behind it.
Yeah, we're behind the vehicle now on Bradford Road, down towards 6 Lane.
With the only escape route a dead end, this time the Audi seems to be stopping.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to pull over on Javelin Close.
But as the officers approach the car, the driver seems surprised he's been pulled over.
Is it yours?
Yeah, it's my car.
What's your name? Just go and take a seat, sir.
What's all this about, officer?
Oh, we'll be explained to you.
Just sit in there,
Have a seat.
We're in the 1-3. We've got the vehicle stopped just outside Javelin House. What's all this meant to be about, like, officer, please? If I don't mind asking.
Oh, we were using it last night.
No, when it's been packed up.
Is it? Failed to stop for police last night, this car.
Coming up, the Audi driver kicks up a fuss.
I drive a car legit. I get bothered, yeah, when you don't drive a car, I don't know, mate, just do what you want to do. I'm going to ring my solicitor about it because I'm sick of it.
But the traffic cops aren't backing down.
I am insured, of course I'm insured.
Yeah, but that's your word against mine, isn't it?
In Bradford, traffic cop PC Paul Feather has stopped a car that's been reported failing to stop for the police and linked to a spate of recent burglaries in the area.
It failed to stop for the police? because you know what's happened? I got stopped in Leeds like 2 weeks ago, and the officer said the same thing to me, right? And I don't understand what he was saying. He said the car's been failing to stop or something like that. But I don't understand, officer. I've got a licence. I've got no reason.
Yeah, I'm not saying you haven't.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying the report is this car failed to stop for police last night.
I've quizzed the driver about the vehicle failing to stop and he's not having it.
Have you got a full licence?
Yeah, I've got a full licence, everything.
I've got it with you.
I ain't got it with me because what happened? I got stopped in Leeds like a week ago, and the officer said to me, "This car has been failing to stop." But he said to me, I don't think it is your car." He said, "So do you know what I mean? What job?" I'm sick of it, to be truthful. I'm gonna ring my solicitor about it. 'Cause I'm sick of it.
With the driver refusing to admit to any wrongdoing, Paul decides to run his details past control.
Is it enough to get all locking them up wise, or is it just going to be an intel?
It becomes clear the driver and his passenger may not be quite the innocents the driver is making them out to be.
The two were very well recorded individuals, not them for burglary, for robbery, drugs, you name it. They're the serious, acquisitive crime nominals who go about burgling houses, stealing your high-performance vehicles and then disposing of them.
But despite their previous record of offending, there's no evidence to arrest the men. But Paul still wants to find out if the driver is legit.
What was it registered to?
What happened, right, officer? It's my girlfriend's car. It broke down, right?
Yeah.
And obviously this car is like a courtesy car, you know what I mean, till her car's fixed. And her car comes back tomorrow. I couldn't believe it. We were going for something to eat, yeah? And like the gearbox.
So it's her car?
Yeah, but I'm insured, you know what I mean, obviously.
For what?
Because I'm insured. Any driver with a licence.
On what policy though?
What do you mean?
Whose policy on about?
Obviously my policy, innit?
Have you got your own car?
Yeah, of course I have. I've got a car as well, mate.
What have you got?
A few cars.
Yeah, I'm just going to check your insurance for this one. What I'm saying to you is, you give me a registration number, I can check it, and then I will check the validity of the insurance and whether you can drive other vehicles.
I don't know the registration. Do you know what I mean?
So I don't know you're insured for this car then?
But I don't know. I am insured, of course I'm insured.
Yeah, but that's your word against mine, isn't it?
The driver's insisting he has his own insurance policy to cover him to drive any car. But Paul's not convinced.
He just could not give me a straight answer. And I've got all the technology at that time of day to pick up a phone and check policies.
So you must know what your own car is, surely?
I don't know. All I know is my girlfriend's back from Blackpool at 10 tonight.
Right. The problem is at the minute, because it's registered to somebody else and it's insured to somebody else,
of course, right.
I need to know that you're insured to drive this car.
At the end of the day, it's down to that driver to prove to me he's got insurance. It's not the other way around. You know, all I need is belief it's not insured. And he was giving me all the beliefs in the world that it wasn't insured because he couldn't give me a straight answer.
Who are you insured with?
All I know, this is a courtesy car, mate.
Yeah, but who are you insured with on your own cars? What company are you insured with?
It depends. It depends because obviously it depends which insurance I use.
So how many cars
because
do
you ring my insurance company, yeah, and start saying people are committing crime, mate.
I don't.
Yeah, so my insurance gets cancelled, mate. So do you know what I mean?
So I don't know you're insured then.
Well, I don't know. You do your work, officer. I don't know what to do.
Well, I can only do my work.
The best thing to do. You keep the car, yeah. You keep the car. That bothered, mate.
We won't have to do that if you can tell me. I can check.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do that, mate. If you want to take the car, take it, mate.
He knows exactly what's going on, and he knows the score. So, I give him ample warnings to say, look, if you cannot give me anything, that vehicle's going to get seized.
I drive a car legit. I get bothered, when you don't drive a car, I don't know, mate, just do what you want to do. Take the car, we'll sort it, and that's it, innit?
I won't have to if you give me the...
Listen, you think I'm bothered?
If you give me the information I need, I don't have to seize it, do I?
I've got more cars than you can think of, mate.
Well,
so
you
you just remember that, mate, yeah? So do what you want to do. Take the car, let me go, mate.
Fine.
Sure, he has got loads of cars stashed somewhere, but, he's not legit.
Unwilling to take his word for it, Paul's seizing the car for no insurance. And unless he can produce an insurance document that covers him to drive the Audi within 6 days, he could be facing a minimum £300 fine and 6 penalty points for driving uninsured.
Right, go get me our one out for a bit. Right, officer.
Right,
I can go now, can't I?
For the moment, he's free to leave.
Don't forget, ring up, book your appointment.
See you in a bit, yeah?
Adios. See you later.
But the story isn't over yet. A few days later, Paul discovers that they did have grounds to lock him away.
The unfortunate thing about him, which would have really made my night, maybe not made his night, 2 hours after that, he was put onto the National Computer System as wanted on a recall to prison. It was just frustrating knowing that somebody were processing that and we had him. You can't take it personally. It's just bad luck on our part. Good luck for him, but unfortunately his luck will run out at some point because he'll get caught.
A few weeks later, his luck did run out. This extraordinary footage captured by an onlooker shows him taking to rooftops in Bradford. After an 11-hour standoff with the police, causing thousands of pounds worth of damage, he was finally arrested and sent back to prison. And for traffic cops like Paul Feather, making sure justice does prevail is all in a day's work.
You know, I've done this quite a long time now, and I think the public are on your side. They want it to be safe, and I want it to be safe because, you know, I've got kids and family, and, you know, I want them to be able to go out their own business without fear that something's going to happen to them. And I think the majority of people are like that as well.
The uninsured Astra driver that vanished into a cloud was never traced. The driver of the VW Golf, who failed to stop in Hare Hills, was convicted of dangerous driving and failing to stop for police. He received a 12-month disqualification and 150 hours community service. No charges have been brought against the driver in connection with the drugs found in the street. The police have charged a man they suspect was driving the Audi S3 with failing to provide details of his involvement in the crash. The suspect is awaiting trial after pleading not guilty. The Audi S3 has been released back to its official owner. The casualty did not sustain any life-changing injuries. And the red Audi A3 was returned to its owner. The police confirmed the driver did not have any insurance cover to drive the car. He was given a £650 fine and 8 penalty points. He was also sentenced to 6 months imprisonment for 3 offences of criminal damage relating to his rooftop standoff.